So, who I am? Actually, my name is Ashish, as you know. So, here is my profile on LinkedIn. You can see, here is my LinkedIn profile. My previous job was Augmeris Bangladesh. It's a USA-based organization, and there I was a senior staff network engineer. And also previously, I was senior manager technical. It was an ISP company, Brackneck Limited. Okay, so I have all over more than 10 years plus work experience. Now I am do nothing, no jobs. Actually, I am providing online training from my home. And I have many certification. I'm going to show you what are my certification. I have asset. And here is my Facebook profile. So these are my certification. I have an asset. CCNP Data Center, Cisco ACI, Data Center Code, CCNP Security, Network Security Firewalls, VPN, Security Code, ICE, then Web Security Appliance, CCNA Security, CCNA Routing Spacing. Okay, so these are my certification, and now I am preparing for PCE Data Center. So this is all about from my side. And now our second question is course content. So what are the courses? And what are the courses we will learn? Okay. So let me check some job sites from Canada. If you search in LinkedIn, you can say network and security engineer jobs in Canada.
Oh,
We can,
excuse me, sir.
okay,
Oh, we are getting echo.
sorry.
The audio is getting echoed.
Yeah. So for example, for a senior network engineer, and this is basically in based on Canada, you can find what they want actually. So before take a decision, we must check the job site or job requirements or different job sites, what actually they want, right? What actually they want. You can see they are asking for CCNP certified or equivalent. Like this, you need to learn the technology TCP/IP, BGP, OSPF, MPLS, and firewalls. You can see firewalls. So like which type of firewalls? They are basically here Palo Alto firewall, also cloud networking like AWS. Okay, then also SD-WAN. Also, they are asking for CCNP Enterprise. Okay, so you need to search different job sites about the requirement and make a note for it. Okay, so if I suppose I am a new candidate, so I need to learn networking. So I need to do some note what they want, right? Enterprise. Then Palo Alto. Then cloud networking. They are asking for. If I go another job sites, I will visit multiple job sites, okay, to take decision. Actually, what we learn. What is the job requirements? That's not here. There, active CCNP certification is mandatory. You can see active CCNP certification. So we can note down another jobs. They are asking for CCNP certification. Okay. Then go for another one. Senior network engineer jobs. Sorry. Another jobs. If you expand this, they are also asking for CCNP certificate. Okay. Like and technologies, BGP, OSPF, and MPLS, and also firewalls. Then another job sites, senior network engineer. they are asking for many more opportunities. Okay, so you can say VLANs, routing, firewalls. These are the main section. You need to learn VLAN, routing, and firewall policies to support redundant and deterministic communication. And they want certification. They are not mentioned any certification here, but these are the main technology. Also VLAN, STP, NAT, firewall rules. Okay, and Cisco and another vendor. Then lead network engineer job. We can also check these one. They are asking for LAN, Wi-Fi, BGP routing, controllers, and appliance. Okay. And also cloud technology, SDN technology. Cloud means Azure. And advanced Cisco and extreme network deployments. This is the very high level job. Okay. And senior network engineer. So this is the last one. We'll search. Here they are asking for Cisco CCNA. This is the basic level job. You can say 2 or 4 years experience. This is the basic level jobs. Okay. So we can make a summary on it. So they are asking for some jobs on CCNA only for basic level. In senior network, they are asking for CCNP enterprise, firewall, cloud technology. Also, sometimes they are asking for SD-WAN technology, but this is a very advanced level, and data center technology. Okay, so SD-WAN data center you can do later. So if you take decision, what courses do you need to get a better job, then you can go for this CCNA, CCNP Encore, CCNP NRC, Palo Alto Firewall, and cloud technology. Okay, if you learn all of these, you can apply for senior network engineer or lead network engineer. Okay, so you don't do course randomly, right? You need to know which course will be valued for in job market, right? So you need to search different job sites, what they actually want. You need to make a note. We have already make a note, and this is the summary. Okay, so my goal is to make a combined package with that course like CCNA, CCNP Encore, CCNP NRC, Palo Alto Firewall, and AWS Solution Architect. So these will require at least, for example, 6, 8, 10 months, a long journey. But if you can do this, you can make a good career, a brighter career for you, right? You can apply for senior network engineer after doing these courses. Okay, after doing these courses. So I have already designed a course. I will show you right now. Maybe you have find this one. Network. I am giving it name Network Infrastructure and Security. Actually, it is all in one courses. I have added CCNA, CCNP Enterprise like Encore and NRC combinedly, and also FortiGate Firewall, Palo Alto Firewall, and VPN technology, because VPN is mostly demanded technology. So all these technologies are needed to become a senior network engineer. Okay, so this is a full package for 1 year, long journey. And also you can pay in multiple installment. We can say monthly 60 USD per month, 60 USD. Okay, total 12 months into 60. You can pay in multiple installments. There will be weekly 2 classes. Okay, at your convenience time, like this time, week and also in weekend time. Okay, so this is my course summary and all about my course. Okay. My next question is, I will solve this demo lab. Okay, I will show you a demo lab. So many one ask me why I will practice Actually, there is a software or there is a virtualization emulator, what is called Eve Engine. Okay, Eve Engine is a virtual platform where you can do lab like a real lab, like a real scenario-based lab. Okay, so today I will show you a lab. How can we do a lab on Eve Engine? So I will share, when you take admission, I will share or I will show how to build a lab on your computer or PC. I will share all the images. I will also record all the classes and will share you. I will share documentation. And also I have the most important thing is I can support vendor exam. You will 100% pass. Okay. And also I have the discount voucher for you. Discount voucher, not full payment. Okay. For CCNA, for firewall, for CCNP and core NRC, I can arrange discount voucher. Okay. So actually in CCNA, the course fee is, vendor exam course fee is $300 plus 15% tax. But I will give you discount, student voucher discount. Okay, no worries. And also give you the exam support remotely. So you can pass 100%. Okay, from my side, I will do that. So let's do a demo lab. I'll set up a lab in my PC. Already I have installed my images, but when we start class, I will show you how to install the images, how to start our lab. Okay, everything I will show you from my side. So this is the emulated virtual environment. Okay, you can do any lab. You can do any networking lab using this simulator. So we have the IP 192.168.1.9. Okay, if you go to the browser and type the IP 192.168.1.9 and username is admin, password EVE. So here is my platform to build a lab. Okay, I will create a new lab. For example, new lab test. Okay, add an object node. So here are multiple devices of network devices. Okay, you can do any types of lab here, like a real lab. So I am adding a router. This is a router actually. I am adding a router. This is a router device. If I add a switch, this is a virtual switch. I am adding a single switch. This is a switch. Okay, I can add a Windows machine. This is a pure Windows machine. I can add in my lab. I will add ISP internet, add an object, go for network, and click here management cloud. I'm naming it as an ISP. I will get real internet through my virtual lab. Okay, so this is my scenario. Now I will connect the devices with the cable. This one. Okay, after that, I will power on the machine. Just select all, or we have multiple opportunities to power on the devices, more action, and start all nodes. And it will change the color. This is the gray color, this is the blue color. Okay, if the blue color, then they are on powered on properly. Okay, now I need networks or subnet 192.168.10.0/24. For example, this is my LAN subnet. So this is you can consider this is a simple office. Okay, this is the switch, this is the router or gateway, and on switch you can have multiple PC, okay, printer, etc., etc. So this is actually a local area network. Okay, this is an ISP. So every office is connected with an ISP for internet access. So this icon is actively and working as an ISP. Okay. So from my PC, I will get the real internet. So imagine is a simulator where you can make a lab like realistic lab. Okay, everything you can consider this is the real lab, something like. If I double click on it, and this is the CLI mode, right? Command line interface. And from the terminal, you can configure your lab. They are asking for type yes or no. I must type the no. Okay, this is the router. If I will not enable the switch. This is just for connectivity to the PC. But on the switch, we can configure VLAN, we can configure STP, we can configure many more, right? So I am not going to configure that. Okay, not configure that. So I will just leave it as it. Okay, as it. I will just use it to connect router and PC. Okay, I will not do any configuration right now on the switch. I will configure the router. I'll configure the router as NAT access control list so that this PC can get internet. Okay. Here is my PC. This is the real Windows machine I can add in my virtual simulator. This is Windows 10 machine. You can see. Okay. Now, my first task is to configure the IP address on router. Okay, using the CLI mode or command line. On the right side, my network is 1.0/24. Okay, this is my one site. This is my LAN site. This is my one site. One site means the router which is connected to the ISP, right? Now, if I go to the router, you can say if you hit enter. So from here, we need to type command, right? So first command is enable. Then I will move for global configuration mode, configure terminal. You can give a host name, for example, ABC router. My first task is to configure IP address on that interface. Okay, so if you go to the Google and search router images, I'll search for Cisco router. You can see these are the ports or interface, right? These are the port or interface. Every interface has a number, like gig 0/1 or fast Ethernet 0/1. Okay, every interface has a number. We call it the port number or interface number. Okay, you can see. We connect cable from here to another device, right? Similarly, if we go to topology, so this is like a hole, okay, or interface. The interface number is this one. We need to assign IP address. This is a router. Okay, router works on L3. On OSI layer, network layer. OSI network layer is L3 layer. Router works on L3 layer and it works based on IP address. Okay, it works based on IP. Okay, so we need to assign IP address on the two interfaces. Here we will assign IP from this subnet. On that interface, I will assign from that subnet. Okay. So if I go to the router and first I need to type interface, fast Ethernet 0/1. I am going to assign IP on that interface. Okay. And here my subnet is 192.168.10.0. Okay. I will assign IP, for example, on that interface 192.168.10.1. The command is IP address 192.168.10.1.0. And then you must apply no shutdown command. By default, the interface is shut down. Okay. So this is how to assign IP on that interface. Now I will assign IP on another site. That is one site, this one, from that subnet. So interface first Ethernet 0 by 0. Interface number is 0 by 0. IP address 192.168.1. For example, 9. I can assign any value. So 20, 0, no short. So why I am assigning here 1.20? Actually, this is my home router. This is my home router. My home router is working as a ISP, working as an ISP. And already this router has IP address 192.168.1.1, which will be act as an ISP for my lab. That's why I will assign any IP which is not used for any device. That's why I am assigning here 1.20. Okay. Here I am assigning 10.1 actually on the gateway. This one will act as a gateway. What is gateway? Gateway is a device who can connect to another network, like outside network. Okay. This guy is connect my LAN network to outside network. Okay. So on your home, you have a gate, right? Through the gate, you will go outside and also coming to the inside, right? That's why this is the gate. Same thing here. This is the gateway. Okay. Traffic go to outside and coming to inside through this device. Okay. Now we have configured our IP address. Okay. So no CDP run. Okay. So this is an extra command I am typing here. I will explain when the class. Okay, not now. Because they are sending them multiple error messages. That's why to stop the message, neighbor message, I will just apply no CDP run. Now I will not getting any type of message. Duplicate this type of message I will not getting anymore. Okay, so I need to disable the CDP. Okay, now what are the next tasks? I will assign IP address on my PC. Here is the real Windows machine, open network, and then change adapter setting and properties, TCP, properties. I will assign IP manually 192 from the subnet 10, and last one is also 10. 192, 168, 10, 1. And I will also assign DNS, global DNS or Google DNS. And secondary DNS, I will assign my home router IP address, because this is this device is working as an ISP. Okay. Okay. Close. So it has got the name network. It means it can ping, it can reach to the default gateway right now. Okay. If I go to the CMD command line from the Windows machine and try to ping to the gateway, that means router IP 10.1, they can ping, right? They can ping this one, that means this device. Now, if I try to ping to the outside network, like Google network, like 8.8.8.8, destination host unreachable. This device is not getting internet, right? So we need to do some configuration. If I go to any browser, okay, and try to access the internet, for example, Microsoft.com, it is not getting any internet, right now. And also you can see here is the yellow mark, no internet access right now. So what our next configuration? To get real internet, you need to configure two things. One is access control list. Using the ACL, I will map which subnet needs internet access. Okay. Then second thing is NAT. network address transmitter. Okay, router or firewall can be the NAT device. We can configure ACL NAT, either a firewall or any L3 device like any firewall or any L3 switch or L3 router. We can do ACL or NAT. Normally, we will configure ACL and NAT only on the router. Okay, so ACL is a big topic, NAT also. So I will not discuss in deep level. I will just configure it on the router. Okay. So first, I will configure an ACL access list. I will give a number 20 permit and capture my LAN network or mapped my LAN network 10.0 using the wildcard mask. Okay, fine. Now I will configure the NAT. So interface, I need to type first 0 by 1 as an inside for NAT, right? So IP NAT inside. Okay. Then interface, exit, interface, fast Ethernet, 0 by 0, IP NAT outside. Okay. Then I will configure the NAT, IP NAT inside, source, list, access list number is 20. So this is my access list number. I will call the access list 20. Then interface, which interface? Outside interface. Fast Ethernet 0 by 0. Interface, fast Ethernet 0 by 0. So here is my NAT configuration. Okay. Now I need to do another configuration. Finally, I need to configure the routing pointing to the ISP. Okay. In that case, I will configure the static default route. Without route, how they can reach, right? How they can reach to the internet. So I need to define the route. Okay. So I will configure static default route. Default route. So this is your final task. If I go to the router, it is very simple. Just go to the global configuration mode, IP route, and you need to type 0. 0 means any network. 40 means any network. Another 40 means any network for that subnet, any mask for that subnet, any network, any mask. Because on the internet, we have 6 million prefixes. We don't know the prefixes, right? That's why I'm typing here the default route. It means any network, and this means any subnet, any mask, subnet mask. Okay, that means all network. I am going to create a route to reach all network. I am going to create a route to reach all network, right? And I need to type here the next hop gateway. So for this router, ISP router is my next hop, neighbor hop, right? This is my immediate neighbor when going to the one site or outside. Okay. So now I need to mention here the IP address of that device. Already know this is my home network, and here I am using the IP 192.168.1.1, right? So I will type that 192.168.1.1. This is my final task. Now from the router, if I want to reach to the internet, just type ping 8.8.8 and I am pinging. Pinging is successful. That means this router is getting internet. Now, what about my PC? So I'll go to the LAN card and I'll just disable and enable the LAN card again. The yellow mark is gone, right? You can say internet access. That means my PC is getting internet. And it can ping, right? You can say it can reach to the internet. And now if I go to the browser, I can browse. For example, BD jobs or any job site. Facebook.com. You can say we can reach to the internet, right? We can browse any website. We can browse any website. Okay. So any question about this lab?
Not so far.
No, sir.
Okay. So actually, I suggest you to do the package course because only CCNA, you can do nothing. Okay, you need to learn the advanced routing protocol like BGP, OSPF, MPLS, DMVPN. Okay, so these are used these are the requirement to work in a core level. Okay, so I suggest you at least you can do CCNA, CCNP, and firewall. At least these 3 courses you can do like a package. Okay, so other vendor, other company are taking too much charges, but I am taking very limited amount, right? 60, and also you can pay in multiple installment. Suppose if you want to do CCNA, CCNP Encore, CCNP NRC, and Palo Alto Firewall, it requirements maybe 8 months. 8 months. But after 8 months, you will be perfect for applying a senior network engineering job because you can work as a core level. So I request, or my suggestion is to do the combined package course. You'll be more benefited. Because from my previous experience, I have already in the IT market 10 years plus, and also in my last job was lead network engineer, very senior position, and also the company was USA based company. So you can think from my experience. So I have huge experience. Actually, from my knowledge, I know what technologies you need to learn. But if you only do CCNA, you can get a job, but support jobs or desktop engineer, not advanced level job, not core level job, not a security engineer. You can do nothing. So my suggestion is to do effort for 8 months. You will get a better benefit, I think.